The sound of laughter echoed down the ship's hallway, a woman's high, familiar laugh. Hers. It cut through the hum of engines and the rolling of waves outside my cabin. I sat there, pale and sweating, trying to keep my stomach from turning inside out. The seasickness had pinned me to the bed for most of the trip, my body revolting against every sway. But that laugh pulled me up like a hook in my gut. I stumbled to the door and pressed my ear against the wood. More laughter. Men's voices. Low, playful, too close. I opened the door just enough to see a group passing the corridor. She was in the center, my wife, in a white sundress that clung to her in the humid air, her hand brushing against one of the sailors. He said something, and she leaned in, smiling like she used to smile at me. The door creaked. Her head turned. Our eyes met for less than a second before she looked away, quick and guilty, as if I were a stranger who'd caught her stealing. When she came back later, her cheeks were flushed, and her perfume carried the salt of the ocean and something else, something male. She stood by the bed and said, "You should have come up on deck. The sunset was incredible." I stared at her. "You looked like you were enjoying it enough for both of us." She froze. "What's that supposed to mean?" "Nothing," I muttered, turning toward the wall. But the image of her, laughing among them, burned behind my eyelids like an afterimage of lightning. The next morning, she was gone when I woke. Her towel was missing, her sandals too. The ship swayed as I made my way to the upper deck. She was there again, talking to the same group of sailors near the railing. They stood too close. One of them brushed a strand of hair from her face, and she didn't stop him. That evening, she came to dinner late, her skin glowing from the sun, her eyes bright. "I made friends," she said as she sat across from me. "Yeah, I noticed." She sighed. "Don't start. You've been sick the whole time. I've been bored." I didn't realize boredom excused flirting with half the crew. "It's harmless," she said, stabbing her food. "You're being paranoid." I tried to laugh it off, but my fork clinked too hard against the plate. Over the next few days, the pattern repeated. She'd vanish for hours, return smelling of rum and salt and something else I couldn't name. I told myself I was imagining things. That the sickness was twisting my thoughts. That she loved me. But one night, near midnight, I went to the top deck for air. The wind bit at my face as I leaned over the railing. Then I heard it, soft voices from the shadows near the lifeboats. Her voice. And another man's. "Someone might see us," she whispered, breathless. "Then be quiet," a man replied. I froze. The words hit me like a punch to the ribs. I stepped forward, silent. The moonlight caught her bare shoulder. His hand was on her waist. My throat went dry. I wanted to shout, to tear them apart, but I couldn't. My body wouldn't move. I just watched. When I finally spoke, my voice came out raw. "So this is how you celebrate our anniversary." She jerked away, eyes wide. The sailor backed off fast, muttering something before disappearing into the dark. "Mark, wait, it's not. Don't you dare lie to me." Her mouth opened, but no words came. Tears welled up, glistening in the cold light. "I was sick in that cabin for days," I said, shaking. "You said you'd stay with me." "I did stay," she whispered. At first." "At first," I repeated. "And then what?" "You got bored." She covered her face. "I don't know what happened. It just—" "Don't say it just happened," I snapped. "People don't accidentally crawl into other people's arms." The ship's horn blared in the distance, the sound tearing through the silence between us. "I made a mistake," she said, her voice breaking. "I didn't mean to." "How many?" I asked. Her head shot up. "What? How many of them?" She looked away. That was all the answer I needed. The truth came out the next morning, whispered by one of the crew members who'd seen everything. Not one man. Several. The captain included. The words landed like hammer blows. I confronted her in the cabin, her suitcase already half-packed. 5 men, I said quietly. 5. While I was vomiting my guts out a few doors down. She started to cry. "I don't know why I did it. I swear I don't." You do, I said. You just don't want to say it out loud. Please, don't hate me. I looked at her, really looked at her, the woman I'd loved for 12 years, the woman who used to hum when she cooked, who used to hold my hand in crowded places. And I realized I didn't even know who she was anymore. I don't hate you, I said finally. I just don't believe you exist. When the ship docked the next morning, she tried to reach for me one last time, tears streaking her face. Can we talk? Just once more. I stepped back. You already said everything. I walked down the ramp without looking back. The sea was calm, deceptively gentle, sunlight glittering on its surface. That night, alone in a cheap hotel room overlooking the harbor, I heard the faint sound of waves hitting the shore and thought about how easy it is for people to drift away. Love, I realized, doesn't always end with anger. Sometimes it just drowns quietly, beneath the weight of what you can't unsee.